Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be covering how to do an OTG loop with Leo Whitefang, and as a viewer request we're going to be doing a key matchup guide. That's going to be at the end of the video. I'm going to put it in the timestamp. Alright, so let me go ahead and explain what OTG is. OTG is where you have the ability to hit the person off the ground, or some people say on the ground. It's either or, it has the same purpose. You can hit the person while they're on the ground, and essentially what this do is it forces a wake up, and this is what you're going to need to do like an OTG loop with Leo, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So Leo has 3 moves that put your opponent into this OTG like state, and he has that one. He has the command grab, and you can hit the person off the ground, and he has this one. I don't usually use that one too much, but it's good to know because you can do something like this where you hit the person off the ground, you're in the corner, and yeah, that's just like a lot of damage, and it actually works. Like, let me show you this real quick. I said, let's say if you line them up in the middle, you got them right here, you can do a combo. Go for a wall splat, and so yeah, that's good to know. So you could do a combo setup like that, and it'll do a wall break. So let me go ahead and explain how you do the OTG. You got one of the 3 moves. You can knock him down like that. That puts him in the OTG state. And after that, you can force him off the ground, which you will always be able to attack first off of this. So you can either go for a 3-way mix-up after this point. So you can either go for overhead, a low, or a command grab. And that's essentially how you loop the person, because they all lead your opponent back to the OTG state. So if you go for low, you go to that, and that puts them back in the OTG state. You go for overhead, and you go for that puts them back in the OTG state. And if you go for a command grab, that puts them back in the OTG state. And basically that's how you loop your opponent. You use the 3-way mix up, and you put them all back into the OTG state, and you just rinse and repeat. Yeah, so that's essentially all you got to do. I'm gonna go ahead and show you some examples so you can get a better understanding of it. Okay, so as you seen, when I was looping a person with the command grab, I would whiff the overhead, and that's just like another mix-up that you could use. You could either hit them off the ground by immediately tapping it, or you could wait a second and then hit them as soon as when they get up. You still have enough time to attack first. So that's the mix-up. So you make them think that you missed your attack, but you really didn't, and you could just mix your opponent up with that. So yeah, that's pretty much the loop. Okay, in this next section, a viewer asked, could you do a Kai matchup guide for Leo? So that's pretty much what I'm gonna do in this next section. I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks that you could use when you're fighting Kai Kiske. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the mindset you want to have while you're fighting Kai. Like, if I was fighting Kai myself, I wouldn't approach him too much, only because from right here, you could punish most of what Kai does from this distance here. So because I'm already, you know, hunkered down and I'm waiting for him to attack and waiting for him to move, I can hold down 2 and 4 and charge both my moves, both my projectiles and my DP, just from hunkering down in this position. Now let's talk about some of Kai's advancing moves that he has. So let's say he does this, which is plus on block. You can't interrupt that. It's plus on block, you can't interrupt it. So if you get hit with it, you gotta accept his pressure or what he's doing. Let's say if you already taking that defensive position, because you're already holding this position, you're already charging your moves. So he tried to advance with this, you could DP him. I waited late as possible too, so it's really visually confirmed. You can visually confirm that, like, it's not hard. You see him flipping in the air. All right, let me press up and circle, and you could get your punish like that if he tries to advance like that. Let's say he tries to advance. Okay, let's say he used his low special, right? And he used it up close. Could punish it like that. Like that. You can even jump out of it. Hold on, I did that slow. You can jump out of it and punish it like that. Or you can even do a charge special right in the middle between it. Now a bad player will use this move up close. A good player will try to space it out as much as possible. Let's say if he tried to space it well enough and he used max range, you can still get a punishing. You can still get, you know, a punishing. You can't get too much off of it besides that. Let's say if he spaced it really well, like, you can't punish that. You can't punish that. Like, if he did the best possible spacing that he could possibly do, you can't punish it. But because, you know, his slide is like, it's like once he do it, he can't stop the second hit from coming out. So let's say if he does the second hit, right, and he spaced it well enough, you could just frame it. And what that does is it stops the opponent from sliding back, and that can make it easier for you to get your punish in. So let's see. Yeah, so you could get your punish in, and like I said, because he threw out the low, he can't stop himself from doing the second move, and that's a free punish every time he does it. And it's not hard to just frame. So basically what just framing is, you once he hits you with the first move, you let go of block, and then you re-block at the last second, and you get the just frame in. I mean, you get just block. I said just frame. You get just block, and that's how you punish him every time. You let go. Once he does the low, you let go of block, and then you re-block at the last possible second, and that's how you get just block. And you could punish him like that every time. Okay, let's say if he throw out his projectile and he just trying to sit back and throw his projectiles at you. You could throw out your projectile, counter his projectile, because his graviator, how you ever say it, his projectile eats one hit of a projectile. So it will punch through his, and it will eat his second projectile if he throw another one out. Or if you can react to it in time, you could override his first projectile. So like I said, if he's sitting there and he's trying to play long range game, you have counters to stop him from throwing projectiles out. All right, so let's say if you made your opponent, now he's scared of throwing attacks out because you keep shutting off all his attacks down. Now he's using attacks more sparingly. Now that gives you the opportunity to approach with, you know, his big projectile, which has a slow start up, and it can eat through multiple, like, it takes like multiple projectiles to shut it down. Now that your opponent is playing more sparingly, you got a free approach. You could go in for free, you can go in for some cross ups, And yeah, pretty much that's what your game plan is doing. Now let's say you can also Roman cancel his big projectile too to go in for a combo. Yeah, you get some big damage out of this combo. You get some big damage out of this crossover. Basically, you shut his long range down. You're shutting his approaches down. At this point, you're just checking his dash-ins. That's all you're doing. Yeah, that's pretty much all the tips and tricks I got for you. Besides that, is just know when to use the right move that could go up against Guy. So using the right move for the situation. That's pretty much your approach to the matches, you know, chilling back and letting him make all the mistakes, you know? So yeah, that's all the tips and tricks I got for you. Okay guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you learned something new and you enjoyed this, put it down in the comments. Also, if you have any video suggestions, please put it down in the comments. I'm more than happy to help to improve your gameplay. If you enjoy my content, hit the subscribe button, turn post notifications on so you don't miss an upload, and we out.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blinking, she icy. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the doorman just whole team here might need some. Still young, but I move like a new deal to my